Hello everyone, it's dragonplatinum here, and today we are back again with SCP-3008. Now, for today's video, as you might have read the title, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to build better in SCP-3008. Now, there really isn't any way to build better. It's just like getting better at like detailing or making things look nicer, look smoother, and just making it more appealing to the eyeballs and not like sort of like haphazardly thrown together that makes you want to burn your eyes. But even then, sometimes that works out and looks really cool too. So there really is no right way to build, but I'm going to show you guys sort of my way or my theory when it comes to building stuff and how I'm able to make things look kind of nice and detailed or really nice and smooth. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is location. Location is extremely important. For making good looking builds, you want to make sure that you choose a very good location for it. Now, for an example, this is just going to be like a hypothetical thing. I'm not going to actually build this, but let's say that you had you and 3 of your friends and you wanted to build a base together but have sort of separate rooms. This bunk bed plot would actually be really good for that, because you could take a bunch of tables like these guys right here and just, well, not that, you could just take them, flip them upright, and use them as walls, and then you could have 4 different rooms all around the plot. And you could have your own room, you could hang out with your buddies, and you could actually make some very detailed places to live in this area. Now, obviously, not everybody's going to want to build on the ground, and for people like myself who like building sky bases or on pillars, you can also do that kind of thing. It's a little bit like harder because it takes a lot more time to do and there's more chances that you'll die in the process, but definitely building on sky bases are always really cool, and they make for probably one of the best building places to actually work on. You can also like do things like shelves. I did one with the sort of like the fancy green lights, that plot. I did a video with Dave for that one. That turned out really awesome. So as long as you have an idea, you have a vision, you have a thought in your head that you want to build, you can build it. Now for tip number 2, this is a really big one for making your bases look much smoother and much nicer overall. We're just going to press Q and we're going to bring up our settings menu. And if we go to the snap to grid range, this is basically going to make it so that your parts, whenever you're picking them up, they snap to an invisible grid that you can kind of work with and make things look better. So I myself prefer using 0.25. Then you're going to want to hit this little check mark, and that means it's active. And if you do die, you'll have to reset that, so just keep that in mind. But now let's say if we pick up our bathtub, you can kind of see how it seems to sort of snap around a little bit. It's not super obvious, but you can kind of tell. Actually, I'll do something that'll make it more obvious. If I go like 5, do that. Okay, 2 is maximum. We're just going to hit this. Now you can see it starts to snap around all over the place. This can be very good for building walls or for setting up furniture. It can be a little bit iffy if you're doing like really small fine adjustments, but like for big things where you're just trying to smack a wall up, there you go, you're done. It's very nice to have and to use that feature. Snap the grid range, it's beautiful. But yeah, I recommend 0.25. It's my favorite. Maybe there's something better for you, but I prefer 0.25. Next step I'm going to try to teach is detailing, and like we'll just do detailing. I'll hold off on the next one for afterwards. But we want to detail our base and make it look nice on the inside. Now, it's hard to recommend this for huge builds because it can be kind of difficult unless you got a lot of people working with you. For things like when I'm building with people in my Discord server, generally the outside and building like the overall structure is more of the goal than actually like detailing the inside and stuff. However, when I'm just working by myself or working with like just a couple people and we're just making a small base, then those inner details are what makes the build shine out more, makes it look cooler. And hey, if you can do it for a big build, that's amazing. It looks amazing if you could do that. But just as a recommendation, I recommend mostly detailing for smaller builds unless you've got more time. But let's get started here. And I think I'm going to get rid of this bunk bed because it doesn't really fit properly. And I think there was beds out here somewhere, which we can use to replace it. Yep, we'll just grab this guy right here. I guess I kind of want to get some more furniture in here. And maybe some art. I mean, there's art over here. And like, just having anything on the wall can look pretty nice. We can also grab a TV as well. I didn't even think about that. I think I might grab a TV after I set this art up. Alright, as you can see here, I have completed my sort of decoration building spree here. And if we just walk in, looks nice on the inside. We've got sort of my dresser here with my little plush. We've got the bed. We got my boy Penguin kind of hanging out. We got some art, TV, GameCube, Jungle Ska, Gamer Ice Cream, more art, and then sort of like a collectibles part, or you could use this area for food. I don't know, something like that. I just wanted to make it look nice and easy. We've also got some plants, which I do think add a lot to the room. They sort of like add some green, which is kind of nice. But now that we're done that, I think there is one step, at least in my opinion, that is even more important than decoration, and that is lighting. Lighting in this game can look really, really, really good. Now, I'm on max graphics, so that's why like the shadows and the lights look very, very, very nice. But I don't know how it looks. Hold on, I'm gonna switch graphics levels. Okay, so I'm on 3 graphics right now, and while it might not have the same effect if you're playing on lower graphics settings, lighting can still be a very big deal, and so I try to make it look very, very, very nice. Now, there's a lot of different things you can use for lighting, and let me just actually switch back here. There's a lot of different things that you can use for lights. I also really like these sort of ceiling lights. There is like the night light stuff over there, and we've also got like purple and green, as well as sort of like the warm lampshades and that kind of stuff. But my personal favorite light, and let's see if I can find it here, string, there it is, LED strip. These are my favorite lights, hands down. They aren't the easiest to find, and they're not like the best for actually lighting up a room, but I'm gonna go take these guys, and if I can even pick them up. Come on, there we go. I'm gonna go take these guys back to the house here. And I just want to see if they are going to actually work with this room, because I'm not actually sure if they'll look nice. They might actually not look too bad, at least for that side of the wall. But I might need to find some different lights for this area over here. And I also need to think of a light that I could use for the cubby. Alright, there we go. So there is our lights. As you can see, I did kind of get rid of the green light strip. It didn't really kind of fit properly, and it didn't really look that great. And I really wanted like this sort of warm feeling to come from the room, so instead I opted to use the warm table lamps, sort of just all over the place. And the best part about them is if you turn it off, you can kind of get a nice effect with the TV. So if we just turn this one off too, there we go. And then we can kind of have like that sort of like nighttime, you're like up at 3 AM staring at a TV screen. There you go, you can get that kind of nice feeling. And then there's also like the lights for the cubbies. So lighting can be really, really important. Some people really want their rooms to be insanely bright. You can do that. Some people want to use all the different colored lights. You can do that. For this build myself, I just wanted to look sort of nice, warm, and inviting, and I think I did a pretty good job with that. But anyways, guys, that is really all I've got for this video. I hope this video helps out with your future building. This is just the way that I build. Everybody builds differently, and to obviously naturally get better at building, you just have to build more. The more that you build, the better you'll get, and that's kind of how I've gotten up to this point that I'm at right now. The big thing that I want everybody to remember, though, is the snap to grid range. This is an extremely important tool that I think goes underutilized a lot, and it takes builds from like a 9 to a 10. Just snapping to grid makes everything just so much nicer. But anyways, guys, like I said, that's really all I've got for this video. So if you guys liked this video, feel free to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, it's dragonplatinum signing out. Peace out, guys. Bye. And I guess I'll just spend the rest of the night hanging out with Jungle Skog.